Phillips Consulting Limited hosted its maiden Chief Information Officers Breakfast meeting in Nigeria. It focused on the theme, Digital Transformation and Cybersecurity, the Emerging Trends. The breakfast forum featured various presentations that discussed the dynamics and key developments around the theme.
What we're simply saying is that before I give you access to data, I need to consider who you are. What shirt are you wearing? Where's your location? What's your risk score? If I'm not satisfied, make a challenge to you before I give you access eventually to the data. So now, it's no longer just having my identity, but now I can introduce the concept we call conditional access. To say, yes, you have my identity, but I need you to prove it because the risk scoring I'm seeing and the location where you are staying and the device you are using is not what I'm used to. Can you please give me a code from your phone? Multi-factor authentication. But remember those guys with legacy, multi-factor is nothing. It's just a black hole, okay? So if you're not using modern authentication and you're doing modern multi-factor, it's a waste of time.
Beware of old philosophies. I see a lot of 3-year and 5-year strategic plans laid out, 1 year. I used to do that myself in my old world. But what happens is the technology that we're dealing with, digital transformation, is moving a lot much faster than that. You know, I like to say scrap 5-year technology strategy plans. Have a vision, but scrap those plans. Have a 1-year tactical plan that you're going to execute. And after a year, review it and do it again. After another year, review it and do it again. Because if you have a 5-year plan and you said, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that, well, by the time you get to month 6, the technologies that you laid out in that plan, they're gone, right? They've changed. So scrap that. Use sprints, go agile, and then fail fast. Don't be afraid to fail. It's okay, you know. Every time you fail, you're actually learning something, right? And that's what we say. Every time you fail, you're actually going to learn something.
Keynote speakers at the event, alongside the management team of Phillips Consulting, speak further on the essence of the forum and the value to Nigeria's development.
The essence of the event, I think, was 2 things. One was to bring digital transformation awareness, sort of bring it to light. The second thing was to provide more focus on cybersecurity. And the third thing was actually to get the CIOs who, for me, in this day and age, are probably some of the most important people in Nigeria, so them get them together so that they can network and they can understand how Nigeria can be at the forefront of this technology revolution.
We believe that there's a lot of awareness. Government is very active, certainly in tackling cybersecurity. There's a lot of international collaboration going on right now, and that's very key because all of that knowledge and expertise is being brought home here to Nigeria, and in collaboration with partners like ourselves and other technology vendors, people are responding and people are getting better at cybersecurity as a whole. It's still a journey. We still have a few more things to do to get to where we need to get to. But the good news is that there's awareness and we have started that journey. So that's what we're with cybersecurity.
We have so much focus on technology that we forgot the awareness we need to create around human. And from the statistics and the numbers that I shared during the presentation, we see that 75% of the people in an organization will click a phishing email. And that's really huge, meaning that we need to do a lot around awareness. The second thing, in summary, is around the identity itself, because if I steal your identity, it means I can now impersonate you, I become you. Once I become you, everything that you can do, I can do. So the idea for us is assume compromise. Assume compromise means first I need to find a way to protect my IDs. I need to be able to detect when things are not the way it should be, and I need to be able to respond appropriately. And the technology that can help us do this thing today is around what we call conditional access, that tries to put my person in relation to the location where I am, and also to the application I want to access, and my risk scoring, and makes a decision to give me access. If the technology is not satisfied with the risk scoring that it's seen per time, it can decide to make a decision to either reduce my access or decide to give me extra challenge. Like say, for example, why don't you give me an one-time password from your phone? So those are the things that we should be thinking about now. Remember I said that the only risk to which we can lose a company, right, is cybersecurity. Cyber crimes can kill a company. And from the statistics, the money that I lost due to this is huge. Meaning that if I'm a $100 company, $100 million company, for example, and I got hit like 20 times, I'm losing my $100 million. That's huge. And now it's a CEO issues. People should take it at the board level and begin to discuss it and begin to, create awareness around the people. Because we've seen, yes, corporates, organizations can invest in technologies to keep the organization safe. We need to invest a lot more on the people.
Things are changing around our environment. Digital is coming at the center point where we can see that with technology, we can accelerate value delivery to our customers and to services to our people. And to do that, we know that one of the key concerns or constraints to this is on cybersecurity. So the essence of the cybersecurity here is to help mitigate risks that could actually impact, the delivery of the use of technology to delivering services to our people. And it's so intense that we need to be proactive in managing it as it is. We also understand that globally, digital transformation is a huge wave that is, hitting up organizations that are not ready and prepared for it. Digital transformation is actually a journey. You don't just start today and end today. It's something you start, and over time you build up and scale up as you go. So the essence of digital transformation is to help organizations to build capabilities to deliver frictionless experiences to their customers across different value chains. What is more about it is that without it, the brick and mortar organizations or the conventional organizations will go into extinction. And organizations at this point should start ring-fencing their approach, ring-fencing their strategies, and finding ways in which they can embrace digital transformation to help them build capabilities to meet the needs of their customers into the future.
Basically, organizations would need to look for a way to align their organizational strategy with that of the digital transformation and cybersecurity. And we could see that gap, especially cross-industry, all right, in Nigeria. And that's why we decided to have this event, to show them that there are actually steps that you need to take to be able to bring your digital transformation agenda to bring it forth into reality through a very secure means. So this is the reason why at Phillips Consulting we decided to come up with this idea to actually host TIOs and then see how we can assist them to make this happen within organizations in Nigeria.
When you look at where Nigeria is, I think in the recent study done by Kaspersky in 2018, I think Nigeria featured second, in terms of the country being most targeted by malware. So I think what we need to do is clear. We need to look at our IT infrastructure. We can do that by conducting full holistic audits and just make sure that our IT infrastructure is robust enough to take on board the new technologies that are required in order to make sure that security of our IT infrastructure is robust. Well, I think the key message is don't get left behind when it comes more broadly to digital transformation. I think one of the things that was mentioned very clearly was that all of the emerging technologies are happening right here in Nigeria. People are currently experimenting, people are currently doing things. And if you don't fully understand the landscape and you're not aware of the disruptors, then your business can be disrupted. So I think the key thing is that digital transformation has come to Nigeria and take some time out to understand it. Nobody is exempted. There will be winners and losers. And if you want to be on the winning side, just make sure that you take the whole digital transformation evolution seriously.
With the advent of the fourth industrial revolution driven by digital technology, Nigerian organizations must reposition themselves to take advantage of the digital transformation processes while giving top priority to cybersecurity.